Hey guys, Tyson and Brady with Golf Ascending. Today we've got a sweet training aid / putting mat, but before we get into it, make sure to subscribe. We upload golf content weekly. Alright guys, we're here right now with the perfect practice putting mat here. And this is my putting mat, and I gotta say, I fell for good marketing. I got a bunch of ads on social media, and honestly, I always thought it looked really cool, so I wanted to try it. Obviously, if you have seen some of these ads, you know that it is sponsored, or a brand ambassador for it is Dustin Johnson, who just recently won the Travelers Championship, and also Matt Wolff, and Marc Leishman, and a ton of other PGA pros and LPGA. So pretty cool product. I just had to try it. So I want to show you a little bit of how it works, kind of the things I like to do when I'm practicing my putting, and just what I think of the overall product. This is kind of our review, and then Tyson will share some of his thoughts. So I want you to come over here, Tyson. First, we have the railing here. This is something I didn't know about the perfect practice putter or putting mat. So when you get in the box, it's all rolled up and under this. And if you want to back up just a little bit, you have this little backboard here, little place to hold your balls. And then this part, the track to get the balls back, is actually magnets. You can see that there's magnets on here, and all of these connect, which is pretty cool. And the purpose of that, well, probably helps with the boxing, but also you can make it shorter. You can take out 1, 2, depending on where you're practicing your putting, and this is where the ball will end up. I personally like to just keep this one out and keep it at 6 feet, because it's good if it's at 6 feet, I can grab it for 3, and then if I'm putting from 8 or 9 feet, it's easy to grab from the 6 foot. One negative about that is sometimes if your floor is not perfectly even, sometimes the ball will just roll about halfway, which is kind of annoying because you want it to work every time. See how it didn't go all the way there? But for the most part, I've had it come back every time. I think it does depend on if the floor is pretty even. Sometimes I actually switch these because maybe one connects a little bit better to the other, but you can't switch the last one because that's where the ball rolls out. There are a couple of versions of these, just so you know. Some just stop. So you actually have to pull the ball out and it doesn't go all the way. But I'm kind of glad I got this one. All right, so I like to keep it there at 6 feet. And as you can see, there are 2 holes here. You have one that's a pretty standard size hole for putting and golf. And then you have a smaller hole for more, I guess, perfect practice. You got to get it just right in. It has to be perfectly straight. Tyson mentioned as he was trying it out that when you have a lip out on that one, that's technically in. But that's good because you want to have a perfectly straight putt. I really love, here's one of the other reasons why I wanted this. I had a cheaper, it's called like the Ultimate Putter, I don't even know, and it shot it back, because when you plug in, it shoots the ball back, but it was a really thin, that kind of cheap, thin felt. And it bent really easy, it got little crease marks, it was hard to get straight, and after I'd hit it, it would kind of get messed up and always be straight. This one, I know that it's straight, it's pretty thick, it's good quality, probably a 1/4 inch thick, and it is super smooth too, which I like. And then on top of that, you gotta love these lines. I think it really helps when you're practicing your putting. Here, I'll show a putt right here. Like I can line up my putter with the line on top of my putter with the line, and then as I'm following through with my putting stroke, it kind of helps me keep it straight. Let's hope I make this one just a little over 4 feet here. Boom! I love that. So you got that one, and also this measures how many feet you are. You got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 9 feet. It's 9 feet long, but it shows just every 2 feet. That's pretty nice. But then you got this other side that I think is more for the perfect practice. It's where, again, with the smaller hole, but it's nice, you have these 2 larger white lines right here that if you want to come in and kind of look at this here, you can see that it basically is about the size of your standard putter. So it kind of helps you with your stroke to stay within those lines, especially in your follow through. And with this one, with the perfect, or the smaller hole, I honestly like to do 3 makes from 3 feet, 3 from 6, and then 3 from 8. And then after that, I kind of go to the normal size hole and do a bunch from different distances. But right here, just see how the putter can kind of just stay within those white lines. Beauty. And you have to hit it perfect. Even those 3-footers can be a little difficult, but it feels really good when you get those 8-footers or 9-footers with the smaller hole there, which is pretty cool. Another thing, just real quick, that is kind of a negative. Well, here's the positive first. My kids like this. They think it's fun. They think it's pretty cool to practice putting on. But also, this little backboard here, when you hit it pretty hard, and kids like to hit it, here, I'll do a hard one here. It's pretty loud. It kind of gets annoying, but that's not a big deal. But yeah, I love it. Kids like it. Let me show you if I can get it to come all the way back on here. Back to 6 feet. Let's see. Yeah, I missed that, but let's see if it comes all the way back, how it should work. See, it didn't there. And again, I don't think I can totally just blame that. It could just be this certain part of the floor, because I've moved on different parts of my floor. Sometimes it comes back every time, other times it's not. But when it does come back, it's pretty sweet because you hit, and then that one is coming back right about time you're ready to hit another one. You hit that, and then your next one comes back. So I usually use 2 balls, and it's pretty sweet. One more thing, sorry. I also like to use this putting alignment mirror with it. It actually works quite perfectly with it. If you want to come check it out here, I usually put it at 6 feet. And we are going to do a review video on this. Check for a link in the description here. It will be an alignment mirror. But for this, I just wanted to show how it works pretty well with this perfect practice putting mat. So I got the line here that goes perfectly with the back and then the front. And I use this to help my alignment with my putts, and the ball fits in nicely right there, and it helps me with my alignment. Ooh, right off. But that's kind of a cool thing to add there. Again, if you want to check that out, we'll do a video on that one too. But let's see what Tyson thinks. We're going to move this a little bit because he's a lefty, and we'll have Tyson talk a little bit about his review of this.
All right, so my main thoughts that I had about this putting surface that Brady got. I really like the overall look. I love this light green with the white contrast. It really kind of pops out, makes your ball look really good on the mat. And something about the ball that I actually think pairs really well with this is something like a TP5 Pix or even a Callaway Crumpsoft Truvis ball. The reason why I like these balls with this mat specifically is this mat is a training aid. So I mean, you can even see with these lines, you know, you're basically just going back and mirroring this. And so as you're, you know, using this training aid, it's nice to see, okay, my club's going back straight, and then when I hit the ball, it's rotating the way that it's supposed to. And so I'll actually kind of show here. So we're going to line up the ball. It's TP5. Got the orange on the inner. I got my club here, and I'm just back through. Oh, push that one a little bit. But it's really nice to see, like I said, when you hit that ball, you are aligned and the ball's rolling forward and you're getting that forward spin. So I really like that about it. Something else actually I like. So I like that no matter if you make the ball in the hole or you hit it long or short, the ball is going to come back to you. So let's just say I hit a short one here. That one's short. It's actually going to roll all the way back to me, which is nice and convenient. I don't have to go chasing a ball anywhere. Everything's going to come back for this perfect practice type of a situation. The other thing that I really like about this, I love this smaller hole right here. This is such a great idea. If you can make it in the smaller hole, you can make it in the big hole. That's the idea, right? So what's actually nice about this is as you're practicing on here, even if you lip out of this small hole, that's a make on any other hole. So I really like that, and I like that we have this little road right here to follow on the more difficult one. And I'm short again. But what's really nice on this one in particular is when you hit the ball, you can see if it's actually on that direct line. And so I think, this putting green, as it's good for practice, just, getting pace, as well as getting that target line. And I think that's something so important with putting. And I think Brady's going to end up doing wonders with his putting game, having this at his convenience. Something else that's really nice that I wish I had. So this is at Brady's house. So he actually has this set up at basically his workplace. So he gets to be on the computer doing his thing, and then if he needs a break, he steps back, does a couple putts, and he's taken a break and he's made his game better. So I think this is a great piece of, I guess, just training aid for, if you're in the house. That went all the way past. But if you're in the house, if you can't go outside, it's raining, it's just a good way to practice your golf game, when you can't actually be out on the course. So yeah, that's my review of this. I think it's a great looking product, great looking training aid, and yeah, I think it's going to help out a lot.
All right, everybody, there is our review of the Perfect Practice putting mat. We're going to put a link in the description, probably an Amazon link to where you can buy it. I bought it from Amazon. You could also go to their website and purchase it. Again, it's about $180 with shipping. But yeah, if you like that, make sure to click that like button and subscribe. We create weekly golf content, and thanks for watching.